If you've been to any of the open houses in West Windsor or Plainsboro over the past 2 weeks, you must have noticed one thing. It was busy. As we officially kick off 2026, we're seeing the first wave of buyer activity, and I want to share an on-the-ground observation. The market is stronger than many people expected. Buyer interest has clearly picked up. So why does the market suddenly feel busier? Well, the holidays are over, people are back from traveling, and the lowered mortgage rate. And finally, buyers who are serious about purchasing in 2026 are no longer just browsing. They are preparing, they are paying attention, and they are starting to act. So let's talk about what the data is actually showing. As of this week, West Windsor has 48 active listings. At first glance, that may sound like a decent supply, but once you look closer, the picture changes. 21 of those 48 listings are new construction townhomes. Only 9 are resale single-family homes. Supply exists, but it's still thin and uneven. Similar situation in Plainsboro. It has 37 active listings, but it is still far from enough to fully satisfy buyer demand, especially for single-family homes. In both towns, while inventory improved compared to this time last year, resale single-family homes remains scarce, and that's where most buyer demand is concentrated. Closed sales. If we look at closed sales from the fourth quarter 25 in West Windsor, for example, the numbers may seem modest. The volume itself doesn't tell us much. What does matter is this: all listings that got offers in less than 20 days got sold at or above their asking prices, with the exception of one house that needs a lot of work. Prices on well-located, well-presented homes did not collapse. Good homes sold, and they held their value. How do I rate the market in simple terms? In 2026, pricing will be driven more by supply than by demand. Demand in our area has been relatively steady for years. What really changes from year to year is how many homes are available. At the moment, active listing in these two towns remains limited. That tells us 3 things. The market is healthy. Competition still exists. This is not a distressed or panic-driven environment. If you are a seller, inventory is still limited. Buyer activity is strong. Competition among listings remain manageable. The first half of 2026 continues to be very solid window to sell. You don't need to overprice. If your home is prepared and positioned correctly, the market will respond positively. If you are a buyer buying for lifestyle, schools, commute, and long-term stability, my advice is do not overthink it. Over a 10 or 20-year horizon, the difference between perfect timing and good timing matters far less than buying the right home. Real estate decisions shouldn't be made based on headlines or feelings. In our local market, pace, supply, and buyer psychology matter far more than national noise. Whether you are buying, selling, or simply deciding when to move forward, a thoughtful one-on-one conversation based on your specific situation will always be more valuable than generic advice. I'm Nicole. I focus on residential real estate in Princeton and its surrounding towns. DM me with any questions. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next update.